Samuel Adeyemi woke up before the sun rose over Lagos. The city was already buzzing with noise, cars honking, people shouting, and the smell of smoke from street fires. His tiny room, shared with his little sister Anita, felt like a cage. The walls were thin, and the roof leaked when it rained. But Samuel didn't complain. He was 18, and after their parents died in a car accident 2 years ago, he became the man of the house. "We have each other," he always told Anita. "That's more than enough." Anita was only 10, with big eyes that sparkled like stars. She loved school, but Samuel could barely afford her books. Every morning, he made her a small bowl of gari, plain cassava flour mixed with water. "Eat up, little one," he'd say with a smile. "You'll need energy to learn all those big words." Anita would giggle and hug him tight. But inside, Samuel's heart ached. He wanted to give her more, real food, nice clothes, maybe even a toy. Instead, he worked all day as a mechanic, fixing broken cars for pennies. That morning, the sun climbed high, turning the workshop into an oven. Samuel wiped his forehead with a dirty rag. His boss, Mr. Obi, yelled from across the yard. "Samuel, hurry up with that engine. Customers don't wait." Samuel nodded, but his stomach growled like an angry lion. He hadn't eaten since yesterday's beans. His hands shook as he twisted a wrench, oil splashing on his worn-out shirt. "Just a few more hours," he whispered to himself. "Then I can buy something." The workshop was in a busy part of Lagos, where fancy cars zoomed by poor street sellers. Rich people in shiny suits ignored the beggars on the side. Samuel saw it all. Once, he dreamed of being an engineer, building big machines. But dreams don't pay bills. He fixed tires, changed oil, and smiled at rude customers who haggled over every kobo. "Why do you bother being nice?" his friend Ton asked during a break. Ton was another mechanic, always complaining. "These people don't care about us. Take what you can." Samuel shook his head. "Kindness costs nothing, Ton. My mama taught me that. Help others, and good things come back." Ton laughed. "Good things? Like what?" "More hunger." Samuel didn't argue. Deep down, he believed it. He had to. It was the only light in his dark world. By afternoon, the heat was unbearable. Samuel's head spun from hunger. He counted his coins, enough for a small plate of rice from Mama Ngozi's stand. "Just rice, no meat," he thought. "It'll fill me up." He slipped away from the workshop, his legs weak. The street was crowded, women carrying baskets on their heads, kids kicking a ragged ball, and hawkers shouting, "Buy akara." Hot and fresh. At the food stand, the smell of jollof rice made Samuel's mouth water. Mama Ngozi scooped a steaming plate. "Here you go, Samuel. You look like you need it." He paid and found a quiet spot under a tree, away from the noise. The rice was plain, but to him, it was a feast. He picked up his spoon, ready to dig in. His stomach begged for it. That's when he saw him. An old man shuffled down the street, his clothes torn and dirty. His face was wrinkled like old leather, and his eyes, oh, those eyes, looked empty, like a well run dry. He leaned on a stick, barely able to walk. "Please, food," the man whispered to passersby. But people pushed him away. "Get lost, beggar," one man shouted. A group of boys laughed and threw stones. "Go beg somewhere else." The old man stumbled, almost falling. Samuel froze, spoon halfway to his mouth. He watched as the man sat on the ground, hugging his knees. No one helped. The world kept moving, like he didn't exist. But Samuel saw the pain, the way the man's hands trembled, the tears in his eyes. It reminded him of his own father, sick before the accident. What if that was me? Samuel thought. Or Anita? His heart pounded. The rice smelled so good, but suddenly, it felt wrong. He stood up, plate in hand. "Hey, old man," he called softly. The man looked up, scared. Someone knelt down. "Here. Take this. It's not much, but it'll help." The old man's eyes widened. "For me? But you need it too." Samoa smiled, even though his stomach twisted in protest. "I've gone hungry before. You look like you need it more." He handed over the plate. The man ate slowly at first, then faster, like he hadn't tasted food in days. Samoa sat beside him, ignoring the stares from people. "What's your name?" Samoa asked. The man paused, rice on his chin. "Call me Boba," he said in a weak voice. But there was something strange, a spark in his eyes, like a secret hidden deep. "Why help me, boy? No one else did." Samoa shrugged. "Because it's right. We are all human." As Boba finished, he looked at Samoa closely. "You have a good heart. Rare these days." He stood up, stronger now. "Remember this moment. Kindness echoes." Then he walked away, vanishing into the crowd. Samoa watched, a weird feeling in his chest. What did he mean by echoes? And why did Boba's voice sound different? Stronger. Back at the workshop, Samoa's hunger hit hard. His hands shook as he walked. Ton noticed. "You look sick. What happened?" Samoa told him about the old man. Ton slapped his forehead. "You're crazy. That was your only food." Samoa didn't regret it, but doubt crept in. Would Anita go hungry too? The sun dipped low, casting long shadows. Samoa thought of Boba's words. What if kindness really did come back? Or was it just a dream? Little did Samoa know, eyes were watching him from afar. The old man wasn't who he seemed. And tomorrow, everything would change. But for now, Samoa wiped his tools, whispering to himself, "Hold on. Just hold on." The sun had dipped below the rooftops of Lagos, painting the sky in oranges and pinks like a giant brushstroke. Samoa finished wiping his tools, the rag black with grease. His whisper, "Hold on. Just hold on," hung in the air like a promise. But his stomach twisted like a knot, reminding him of the rice he'd given away. What had he done? Ton's words echoed in his head, "You're crazy." Maybe he was. But that old man's eyes, they stuck in Samoa's mind, like a puzzle he couldn't solve. He grabbed his empty bag and walked home through the cooling streets. The city didn't sleep, lights flickered on, music blasted from shops, and sellers packed up their wares. Samoa's legs felt heavy, like they were made of lead. Hunger clawed at him, making his head throb. Anita's waiting, he thought. I can't let her see me like this. He stopped at a small shop, using his last coins for a tiny loaf of bread. It wasn't much, but it would fill her belly, and maybe his. At home, the tiny room smelled of damp earth from the leaky roof. Anita sat on their mat, drawing pictures with a stubby pencil. Her big eyes lit up when she saw him. Brother, you're back. She jumped up, hugging his waist. Samoa forced a smile even as his heart squeezed. She looked thinner every day, her school dress hanging loose. How was school? He asked, ruffling her braids. Good. We learned about stars. Teacher said they are like dreams, far away but bright. Anita's voice bubbled with excitement. She pulled him to sit. I drew one for you. The picture was a stick boy under a big yellow sun, holding a wrench. Samuel's throat tightened. It's perfect, little one. He broke the bread in half, giving her the bigger piece. Eat this. I already had rice at work. Anita bit in happily, but then her eyes narrowed. You look tired. And hungry. She was smart, too smart for 10. Samuel laughed it off. No, just a long day. Tell me more about those stars. As she chattered, his mind wandered. That old man, Baba. Why did his voice change at the end? Stronger, like he was hiding something. And kindness echoes, what did that mean? A shiver ran down Samuel's spine, like someone was watching. He glanced at the window, but only shadows danced outside. Night fell, and they curled up on the mat. Anita fell asleep fast, her breathing soft like a kitten's purr. Samuel stared at the ceiling, cracks like rivers in the dark. His stomach growled loud, but he ignored it. Was it worth it, he wondered. Giving away his only meal. Ton would say no. Mr. Obi would laugh. But deep inside, a tiny voice whispered yes. It felt right, like his mama's lessons coming alive. Still, doubt crept in like smoke. What if tomorrow was just another hungry day? What if kindness didn't echo back? He closed his eyes, dreaming of a better life, a big house, full plates, Anita in nice clothes. But dreams faded fast in the real world. Morning came too soon, with roosters crowing and the city roaring awake. Samuel's body ached from hunger, but he pushed through. He made Anita her geri, kissed her forehead, and sent her to school. Be good, he said. I'll see you later. At the workshop, the heat was back, fiercer than yesterday. Mr. Obi backed orders. Samuel. That car needs fixing now. Ton teased him again. Still thinking about that beggar? Forget it, man. Life's tough. Samuel nodded, but his mind buzzed. He felt different. Like something big was coming, a storm on the horizon. As he hammered a dent, a strange car pulled up, shiny, black, not like the rusty ones they usually fixed. The driver, a stern man in a suit, stepped out. Is this Samuel's place? He asked. Samuel froze, wrench in hand. Oh, yes. That's me. Can I help? The man didn't smile. Chief wants to see you. Chief. Samuel's heart raced. Who was this? Ton whispered, trouble. But the man just waited, arms crossed. Samuel wiped his hands, confusion swelling. What chief? I don't know any. Before the man could answer, a rumble shook the street. Everyone turned. A line of cars, big, fancy SUVs with tinted windows, rolled in like a parade. Neighbors peeked out, whispering. Kids pointed. Mr. Obi's jaw dropped. What in the world? The lead car stopped, doors opening. Bodyguards in black suits jumped out, scanning the crowd. Then, from the middle car, stepped a tall man. He was dressed in a sharp suit, gold watch gleaming, face strong and kind. His eyes, those eyes. Samuel's breath caught. They were the same as Baba's, but sharper, full of power. The man walked straight to Samuel, the crowd parting like water. Young man, he said, voice deep and clear, not weak like yesterday. Do you remember me? Samuel's words spun. It couldn't be. The old beggar. But this guy looked rich, like a king. Be Baba. Samuel stammered. The man smiled, a warm glow breaking through. Call me Chief Olumide Okonkwo. Gasps rippled around. Chief Olumide. The billionaire everyone talked about. The one who owned half the city. Samuel's knees wobbled. But, you were. Yes, Chief said softly, so only Samuel could hear. I was testing hearts. And yours shone brightest. He put a hand on Samuel's shoulder. The touch felt real, heavy with meaning. Tears stung Samuel's eyes. Was this a dream? Or the echo of kindness? The neighborhood buzzed. What's happening? Is Samuel in trouble? Ton stared, eyes wide. Mr. Obi hovered, unsure. Chief turned to the crowd. This boy gave me his last meal when no one else would. He showed true kindness. Murmurs grew. Samuel's heart pounded like a drum. What did this mean? A reward? Or something more? Chief leaned in. Come with me, Samuel. Your life is about to change. But as they walked toward the cars, a shadow crossed Samuel's mind. What if this was too good? What secrets did Chief hide? And why him, a poor mechanic? The convoy revved, ready to go. Samuel glanced back at his old life, the workshop, the streets. Everything felt different. But deep down, a question bound: was this the start of a miracle, or a bigger test? The engines hummed like giants ready to roar. Samuel stood there, his feet glued to the dusty ground. The convoy waited, shiny and powerful, like something from a movie. He glanced back one more time, the workshop with its rusty tools, the streets buzzing with curious faces, Tom staring wide-eyed, Mr. Obi scratching his head. It all felt like a dream slipping away. Come on, Samuel, Chief Olumide said gently, his hand still on Samuel's shoulder. Let's talk. Samuel's heart flipped. Miracle or test? He took a deep breath and stepped into the car. The door clicked shut, sealing him in a world of soft leather and cool air. As they drove off, the neighborhood shrank in the rearview mirror, leaving Samuel wondering what secrets hid behind those strangers' eyes. Inside the SUV, the air smelled like new money, polished wood and faint cologne. Chief sat across from him, his sharp eyes watching closely. Bodyguards flanked the doors, their faces stone like silent watchers. Samuel shifted uncomfortably in his oil-stained clothes. Why me? He blurted out. I just gave you rice. Anyone could do that. Chief chuckled, a deep sound that filled the space. Oh, but not anyone did. I walked those streets for days, disguised as a beggar. People spat, laughed, ignored me. But you saw a person, not a problem. Samuel's mind raced back to yesterday, the wrinkled face, the trembling hands. So it was a test. To see if kindness is real. Chief nodded, his mustache twitching. Yes. I've built empires, Samuel, but wealth brings fake friends. I needed to find a true heart. Yours passed. The car zoomed through Lagos, past markets alive with colors and shouts. Samuel pressed his face to the window, thinking of Anita. What would she say? He pictured her big eyes widening at this story. But doubt nagged like a mosquito. What if I'm not who you think? I'm just a mechanic, struggling. Chief leaned forward, his voice low. That's why. In poverty, kindness is pure. Remember your mama's words. You live them. Samuel's eyes stung. How did Chief know about Mama? Had he been watching longer? The thought chilled him. Was this man a helper, or something more? They pulled up to a massive gate, guarded like a fortress. It swung open to reveal a mansion, white walls gleaming, gardens bursting with flowers, a fountain splashing like laughter. Samuel's jaw dropped. This is yours. Chief smiled. One of many. Come inside. As they walked through halls lined with paintings and shiny floors, Samuel felt tiny, like a mouse in a palace. Servants bowed, offering cold drinks. Chief led him to a grand room with big windows overlooking the city. Sit, my boy. Let's talk about your future. Over tea that tasted like heaven, Chief shared his story. I started poor, like you. Fixed bikes in a shack. But one act of kindness from a stranger changed everything. Now, I pass it on. Samuel sipped, his hunger from yesterday forgotten in the excitement. But then Chief's face grew serious. My test wasn't just for you. It's for me too. I've been hurt by greed. So, I have a condition. Samuel's cup froze midway. Condition. His pulse quickened. What kind? Chief eyed him steadily. You'll work with me. Learn my business. But if you ever choose money over heart, it all goes away. Samoa swallowed hard. It sounded fair, but scary. What if he failed? Flashes hit him, Anita hungry, the leaky roof. I don't know if I can. Chief stood, pacing. Think of Anita. I'll sponsor her school, best teachers. A new home for you both, no more leaks. And your shop, modern, with tools that shine. Samoa's breath caught. It was everything he dreamed. But the words bigger test echoed in his head. Was Chief testing him now? Those eyes, once empty as a beggar's, now held depths like an ocean. Secrets swam there. Why trust me so fast? Samoa asked, voice shaking. Chief paused, a shadow crossing his face. Because your sacrifice reminded me of someone I lost. My son, he was like you. Emotion cracked Chief's voice, raw and real. Samoa felt a pull, a connection. But was it true? Or another layer of the disguise? As the sun dipped, casting golden rays through the windows, Chief clapped his hands. Enough talk. Tomorrow, we start. But tonight, rest here. Anita will join you soon. Samoa nodded, but inside, questions burned brighter. The mansion felt like a cage of gold. What if Chief's pain made him tricky? What hidden test waited? As servants showed him to a soft bed, Samoa lay awake, staring at the ceiling, no cracks, just stars painted on. Kindness had opened this door, but what lurked behind it? A true friend, or a web of trials? The stars on the ceiling twinkled like fake promises. Samoa tossed and turned on the soft bed, his mind a storm of whispers. What if Chief's kindness was a trap, woven from his own old pains? The mansion's walls felt thick, hiding secrets in every shadow. Morning light sneaked in, pulling him from uneasy dreams. He sat up, rubbing his eyes. No leaky roof, no hard mat. But the luxury felt wrong, like wearing someone else's skin. A knock came, soft, polite. A servant entered, holding fresh clothes. Chief says breakfast is ready, sir. Sir. Samoa almost laughed. Yesterday he was just a greasy mechanic. Today, what? Downstairs, the grand room smelled of fresh bread and fruit. Chief waited, his sharp eyes bright. Sleep well? He asked, pouring juice. Samoa nodded, but his stomach knotted. I need to see Anita. She's alone. Chief's face softened. Of course. We'll go get her. And show the world what kindness brings. Samoa's heart skipped. Go back. With the convoy. The neighborhood would explode. He thought of Ton's teasing, Mr. Obi's yells. What would they say now? Excitement mixed with fear, like fire and ice in his chest. They stepped outside to the waiting cars, black beasts gleaming under the sun. Bodyguards nodded, their muscles like coiled springs. Samoa climbed in, the door thudding shut. As the convoy rolled out, gates opening like magic, he gripped the seat. What if they think I'm crazy? Or that I stole something? Chief chuckled. Let them think. Truth will shine. But Samoa's mind raced. Chief's story about his lost son, was it real? Or a way to pull strings? Those eyes, once beggars, now kings, held layers he couldn't peel. The drive back to the old neighborhood felt like rewinding time, but twisted. Familiar streets looked smaller, poorer. People stopped, staring as the SUVs rumbled by. Whispers grew to shouts. Look! It's that rich man's cars again. Kids ran alongside, laughing and pointing. Samoa's workshop came into view, the yard cluttered with tools, Mr. Obi yelling at workers. The convoy stopped, shaking the ground like an earthquake. Doors opened. Bodyguards formed a wall. Neighbors crowded, phones out, buzzing like bees. Ton spotted Samuel first. His eyes bulged. Samuel. What the? He pushed through, face twisted in confusion. You disappeared yesterday, now this. Are you in trouble? Samuel stepped out, heart pounding. No, Ton. It's good. Chief is helping. Ton grabbed his arm. Helping? That billionaire? You fed a beggar, not saved the world. Doubt flashed in Ton's eyes, jealousy. Fear. Samuel felt a sting. His best friend, doubting him. Trust me, he whispered. But Ton pulled back. Rich people don't help for free. Watch your back. Mr. Obi waddled over, face red. Samuel. What's this circus? Work's piling up. Chief stepped forward, his presence like a lion. Not anymore. Samuel's moving up. Mr. Obi's jaw dropped. What? You can't just, Chief's eyes hardened. I can. And I will build him a better shop. Gasps rippled. Samuel's cheeks burned. Pride swelled, but so did worry. Was this too fast? Eyes on him felt like needles. Then, a small voice cut through. Brother. Anita ran from school, braids flying, eyes wide as saucers. She hugged him tight, burying her face. I was scared. Where were you? Tears welled in Samuel's eyes. I'm here now. And things are changing, little one. He lifted her, spinning. Chief watched, a soft smile cracking his tough face. This is your sister. Beautiful. Anita peeked shyly. Are you the hungry man? Chief laughed, deep and warm. Yes. And your brother fed my soul. Anita beamed. He's the best. But as they loaded into the car, Anita giggling at the soft seats, Samuel caught whispers. Lucky boy. What's the catch? He'll forget us. Conflict boiled inside. Was he leaving his roots? Chief leaned in. Today, we announce it all. A new life. Samuel nodded, but his gut twisted. What if the test started now? Hidden eyes in the crowd, was someone watching, plotting. The convoy revved again, streets shaking as they left. Neighbors waved, some cheering, some frowning. Samuel held Anita close, her warmth real in this whirlwind. But deep down, a shadow grew. Chief's pain, Ton's doubt, the whispers, what if the miracle cracked? What darker trials hid in the gold? The SUV roared away, leaving the workshop streets in a cloud of dust. Samuel held Anita tight, her giggles filling the car as she poked the soft seats. Chief Olumide's words echoed in Samuel's head. Today, we announce it all. A new life. But his gut twisted harder, like a wrench caught in gears. What if this was a test within a test? Hidden eyes in the crowd, had he imagined them? The city blurred past, markets fading into shiny buildings. Anita's voice snapped him back. Brother, are we rich now? Samuel forced a smile. Not yet, little one. But things are changing. Deep down, he wasn't sure what that meant. They stopped at a tall glass building, its windows gleaming like mirrors. Crowds gathered outside, cameras flashing like lightning. What's this place? Anita whispered, clutching Samuel's hand. Chief stepped out, bodyguards forming a path. It's where we make things official, he said, his eyes twinkling with secrets. Samuel's heart raced. Official. He felt small in his greasy clothes. Anita's school dress faded next to the suits and dresses around them. Whispers followed, that's the mechanic boy. Why him? Samuel's cheeks burned. Was he ready for this spotlight? Inside, a big hall sparkled with chandeliers. A stage stood at the front, microphones waiting. Chief led them to seats, his suit crisp as he waved to the crowd. "Stay close," he told Anita, who nodded, eyes wide like stars. Samuel's mind spun. He pictured Tom's doubt, Mr. Obi's shock. What if they were right? What if Chief wanted something big in return? A man in a shiny suit stepped to the stage, voice booming. "Today, Chief Olumide Okonkwo honors a young hero." The crowd clapped, but Samuel sank lower, feeling eyes like daggers. Chief took the stage, his voice steady. "This boy, Samuel Adeyemi, gave me his only meal when I was disguised as a beggar. He showed a heart bigger than wealth." Gasps rippled. Anita squeezed Samuel's hand, whispering, "That's you." Samuel's throat tightened. Chief went on. "His kindness changed me. So, I'm giving him a new auto shop, modern, the best in Lagos. His sister, Anita, gets a full scholarship. And a new home for them both." Cheers erupted, cameras flashing. Samuel's heart soared but trembled. It was too much, too fast. Was it real? A woman nearby muttered, "Lucky kid. Bet he planned it." Samuel's fist clenched. Planned it. He'd gone hungry. Anita tugged his sleeve. "Don't listen, brother. You're good." Her smile was a lifeline, but doubt not. Chief beckoned him up. Legs shaking, Samuel climbed the stage, Anita trailing. The lights were blinding, the crowd a sea of faces. "Say something," Chief urged. Samuel froze, words stuck. Then he saw Anita's proud grin. I just wanted to help," he stammered. "Kindness is what Mama taught me." The crowd roared, but some faces stayed cold, suspicious. Backstage, Chief pulled him aside. "You did well, my boy. But this is just the start. People will watch you now, some with envy." Samuel's stomach dropped. Envy? Like Tom's frown? Or worse? Chief's eyes darkened. "My son," he faced the same. "Fame brings shadows." Samuel's mind flashed to the crowd's hidden eyes. Was someone out there plotting? A man in a suit lingered nearby, watching too closely. Samuel's skin prickled. "Who's that?" he whispered. Chief glanced over, face tightening. "No one. Just stay sharp." They returned to the mansion, Anita chattering about school and new dresses. But Samuel's thoughts were heavy. The new shop, the home, it was a dream. Yet Chief's words about his son and shadows stuck like glue. At dinner, Anita ate happily, juice staining her lips. Chief watched, his smile soft but sad. "You remind me of him," he said quietly. "He trusted too easily." Samuel's fork paused. Was that a warning? Or a clue? The mansion's walls seemed to listen, holding secrets in their shine. As night fell, Samuel tucked Anita into a big bed, her braids spilling over the pillow. "Is this our life now?" she asked, sleepy. "I hope so," Samuel said, but his voice wavered. He stepped onto a balcony, Lagos twinkling below. The city felt alive, watching. Chief's pain, the watching man, the crowd's whispers, were they pieces of a bigger puzzle? Kindness had lifted him here, but what if it pulled him into danger? A shadow moved in the garden below. A guard. Or something else. Samuel's heart pounded. What game was he playing now? Samuel's heart hammered like a drum in the quiet night. From the balcony, the garden below looked peaceful, flowers swaying in the breeze, lights twinkling like stars. But that shadow, it moved again, slipping behind a tree. Was it a guard patrolling? Or someone sneaking in? Samuel's mind raced back to the crowd's whispers, the strange man watching backstage. "What game is this?" he muttered, gripping the railing. The mansion's shine suddenly felt cold, like a beautiful trap. He couldn't just stand there. Anita was asleep inside, safe for now. But if danger lurked, he had to face it, like he faced hunger every day. He slipped downstairs, bare feet silent on the cool floors. The house was dark, servants gone to bed. Chief's words echoed, "Fame brings shadows." Samuel's stomach twisted with fear and anger. Had Chief pulled him into his old enemies? He crept to the garden door, heart pounding louder. Outside, the air smelled sweet from flowers, but tension hung like fog. "Who's there?" Samuel called softly, his voice braver than he felt. The shadow froze, then stepped out, a man in dark clothes, face hidden by a hat. Samuel's fist clenched. "What do you want?" The man pulled off his hat, revealing a face wrinkled like old paper, eyes sharp but sad. "I'm not here to hurt," he said, voice rough. "I'm Chief's brother, Is." Samuel blinked, shock hitting like cold water. "Brother?" Chief never mentioned family. Isa's eyes darted, like he feared being caught. "Olumide, Chief, thinks I'm dead. But I'm not. I faked it years ago, after we fought over money. He built his empire, but guilt eats him." Samuel's mind spun. The lost son story, was it about this? "No," Chief said, "son." "Wait. You're the one watching today?" Is nodded. "I saw you on stage. Kind boy like you, don't let him use you." Emotions crashed over Samuel, betrayal, confusion, pity. "Use me. He's helping us." He stepped closer, voice urgent. "He tests everyone. His pain makes him tricky. He lost his son for real, in an accident. Blames himself. Now he searches for pure hearts to fix his guilt. But if you fail his rules, he cuts you off." Samuel's chest ached. All the doubts from turned, the crowd, they flooded back. Was the new shop a chain? The home a cage? Tears burned his eyes. "Why tell me?" He sighed. "Because you remind me of Olumide when he was young, kind before money twisted him. Run now, before it's too late." Samuel shook his head, anger rising. "No. I won't run. Kindness got me here. I'll face him." He turned, storming back inside, is vanishing into the night like a ghost. Upstairs, Chief's room light was on. Samuel knocked hard, heart on fire. Chief opened, surprise in his sharp eyes. "Samuel. What's wrong?" Words stumbled out, "The shadow is the test." Chief's face paled, then crumpled. He sank into a chair, looking old and broken. "He's alive." His voice cracked, tears shining. "I thought he died hating me. The fight, it was my fault." The room filled with heavy silence, emotions thick like smoke. Samuel sat, his anger melting into understanding. "Why the test, Chief? Why not just help?" Chief wiped his eyes. "After my son died, I lost trust. Disguised myself to find real kindness. You gave without knowing. But Isa's right, I've been tricky, scared of more pain." Samuel's heart softened. Kindness isn't a test. It's free. Like Mama said. Chief looked up, eyes clearing. "You're right, boy. No more conditions. Your new life is yours, no strings." Morning came, bright and new. Samuel woke Anita, her sleepy smile chasing shadows away. At breakfast, Chief hugged his brothers reunited, tears and laughs mixing. "Forgive me," Chief said. Is nodded. "We start fresh." The news spread fast. Chief's announcement wasn't just rewards, it was change. He opened centers for poor kids, teaching kindness over wealth. Samuel's shop buzzed with workers, modern tools gleaming. Anita started school, books in her bag, dreams in her eyes. Months later, Samuel stood in his yard, oil on hands but hope in heart. The city whispered his story, the mechanic who fed a king. People came, sharing meals, helping strangers. Ton walked beside him, grinning. You were right, man. Kindness echoes. Samoa smiled, watching Anita play. No more hunger, no more tests. But the biggest twist. Chief became family, real, not disguised. As sun set, Samoa thought, poverty bet his legacy, but kindness crowned it. And in every heart, it lived on.